On 28th of December 2004, more than 230,000 people lost their lives due to the 9.1 magnitude earthquake and subsequent tsunami that occurred in the Indian Ocean off the west coast of the Indonesian island of Sumatra. We remember this event, which we can call the biggest disaster of the 21st century for now. This earthquake, which occurred at 00.58 on 26 December 2004, was recorded as the third largest earthquake in history. Also, this earthquake is currently the largest earthquake in the 21st century. The magnitude of the earthquake was first announced as 8.5, then it was increased to 8.9, then it was increased to 9.3, and then it was announced as 9.15, which was the most accurate result. The intensity of the earthquake was determined as 9 intensity. It is an earthquake that occurred on the west coast of North Sumatra and occurred only 98 kilometers away from the city of Banda Aceh. When such an earthquake occurs both at a depth of 30 kilometers and so close to the city, unfortunately, the destruction it causes is also great. This earthquake, which occurred between the Myanmar plate and the Indian plate, released a tremendous amount of energy as one plate suddenly overlapped the other in what is called a megabond earthquake. If we compare the energy released by the earthquake with the atomic bombs dropped on Hiroshima, which are always compared when the energy released by the earthquake is described, the energy released in this earthquake was 10,000 times more effective and large. The rupture spread along a fault line longer than 780 kilometers, 1,000 kilometers. One of the ways in which the continental crust is diversified in earthquakes in the oceanic crust is made as young oceanic crust and old oceanic crust. Although all of these are considered as subduction zones, relatively small or medium-sized earthquakes occur in places where the old oceanic crust is accepted. On the other hand, places called young oceanic crust, which is called the Chilean type, produce the massive earthquakes of 9.5, 9.2 that we know. However, the 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake was an exception, although it occurred in the old oceanic crust. After the earthquake, one of the main destructions of the city was the tsunami. This tsunami, which swept away everything in Indonesia, caused a great loss of life in the surrounding countries. The tsunami also affected even Malaysia, which was 500 kilometers away. If we talk about the casualties of the earthquake, 283,100 people lost their lives due to the earthquake, which is really one of the largest natural disaster losses on record. Especially if you watch the images, you can better see that the situation is really deplorable. A bad picture has emerged where human corpses are now being carried by tractors. People step on other people's corpses while walking around. People have started to bury their children, acquaintances, and loved ones in mass graves. The corpses that have been in the water and in the open for a long time have started to rot and smell, and a heavy odor has formed in the city. Of course, we always say that such great disasters, although sad for people, are a great resource for science. The International Tsunami Research Group, which was formed with the support of the International Ocean Commission Organization, went to the shores of the island of Sumatra in early 2005 to investigate this earthquake, less than a month after the earthquake. This earthquake is a very important earthquake, not only for itself, but also for the tsunami it created afterwards. In such large earthquakes, the ocean crust rises a few meters, and all the water there moves toward the cities at a speed of about 800 kilometers per hour. This causes serious destruction when it hits the coast. The fact that it created destruction even in Malaysia, 500 kilometers away from the earthquake zone, already shows how powerful a tsunami it is.